enjoy the flowers, shrubs, and trees of Urantia, then will you feast your eyes upon the botanical beauty and the floral grandeur of the supernal gardens of Urantia. But it is beyond my powers of description to undertake to convey to the mortal mind an adequate concept of these beauties of the heavenly worlds. Truly, eye has not seen such glories as await your arrival on these worlds of the mortal ascension adventure. 7. The Univitatia. Univitatia are the permanent citizens of Urantia and its associated worlds, all 770 worlds surrounding the constellation headquarters being under their supervision. These children of the Creator Sun and the Creative Spirit are projected on a plane of existence in between the material and the spiritual, but they are not Urantia creatures. The natives of each of the 70 major spheres of Urantia possess different visible forms, and the Urantia mortals have their Urantia forms attuned to correspond with the ascending scale of the Univitatia each time they change residence from one Urantia sphere to another as they pass successively from world number 1 to world number 70. Spiritually, the Univitatia are alike. Intellectually, they vary as do mortals. In form, they much resemble the Urantia state of existence, and they are created to function in 70 diverse orders of personality. Each of these orders of Univitatia exhibits 10 major variations of intellectual activity, and each of these varying intellectual types presides over the special training and cultural schools of progressive occupational or practical socialization on some one of the 10 satellites which swing around each of the major Urantia worlds. These 700 minor worlds are technical spheres of practical education in the working of the entire local universe and are open to all classes of intelligent beings. These training schools of special skill and technical knowledge are not conducted exclusively for ascending mortals, although Urantia students constitute by far the largest group of all those who attend these courses of training. When you are received on any one of the 70 major worlds of social culture, you are immediately given clearance for each of the 10 surrounding satellites. In the various courtesy colonies, ascending Urantia mortals predominate among the reversion directors, but the Univitatia represent the largest group associated with the Nebadon Corps of celestial artisans. In all Orvanton, no extra Havona beings excepting the Uversa Abundonters can equal the Univitatia in artistic skill, social adaptability, and coordinating cleverness. These citizens of the constellation are not actually members of the Artisan Corps, but they freely work with all groups and contribute much to making the constellation worlds the chief spheres for the realization of the magnificent artistic possibilities of transition culture. They do not function beyond the confines of the constellation headquarters worlds. 8. The Urantia Training Worlds. The physical endowment of Urantia and its surrounding spheres is well-nigh perfect. They could hardly equal the spiritual grandeur of the spheres of Salvington, but they far surpass the glories of the training worlds of Jerusalem. All these Urantia spheres are energized directly by the universal space currents, and their enormous power systems, both material and Urantial, are expertly supervised and distributed by the constellation centers, assisted by a competent corps of master physical controllers and Urantia power supervisors. The time spent on the 70 training worlds of transition Urantia culture associated with the Urantia age of mortal ascension is the most settled period in an ascending mortal's career up to the status of a finaliter. This is really the typical Urantia life. While you are re-keyed each time you pass from one major cultural world to another, you retain the same Urantia body, and there are no periods of personality unconsciousness. Your sojourn on Urantia and its associated spheres will be chiefly occupied with the mastery of group ethics, the secret of pleasant and profitable interrelationship between the various universe and superuniverse orders of intelligent personalities. On the mansion worlds, you completed the unification of the evolving mortal personality. On the system capital, you attained Jerusalem citizenship and achieved the willingness to submit the self to the disciplines of group activities and coordinated undertakings. But now on the constellation training worlds, you are to achieve the real socialization of your evolving Urantia personality. This supernal cultural acquirement consists in learning how to 1. Live happily and work effectively with 10 diverse fellow Urantians, while 10 such groups are associated in companies of 100 and then federated in corps of 1,000. 2. Abide joyfully and cooperate heartily with 10 Univitatia, who, though similar intellectually to Urantia beings, are very different in every other way. And then must you function with this group of 10 as it coordinates with 10 other families, which are in turn confederated into a corps of 1,000 Univitatia. 3. Achieve simultaneous adjustment to both fellow Urantians and these host Univitatia. Acquire the ability voluntarily and effectively to cooperate with your own order of beings in close working association with a somewhat dissimilar group of intelligent creatures. 4. While thus socially functioning with beings like and unlike yourself, achieve intellectual harmony with and make vocational adjustment to both groups of associates. 5. While attaining satisfactory socialization of the personality on intellectual and vocational levels, further perfect the ability to live in intimate contact with similar and slightly dissimilar beings with ever-lessening irritability and ever-diminishing resentment. The reversion directors contribute much to this latter attainment through their group play activities. 6. Adjust all of these various socialization techniques to the furtherance of the progressive coordination of the Paradise Ascension career. Augment universe insight by enhancing the ability to grasp the eternal goal meanings concealed within these seemingly insignificant time-space activities. 7. And then, climax all of these procedures of multi-socialization with a concurrent enhancement of spiritual insight as it pertains to the augmentation of all phases of personal endowment through group spiritual association and Urantia coordination. Intellectually, socially, and spiritually, 2 moral creatures do not merely double their personal potentials of universe achievement by partnership technique, they more nearly quadruple their attainment and accomplishment possibilities. We have portrayed Urantia socialization as an association of a Urantia mortal with a Univitatia family group, consisting of 10 intellectually dissimilar individuals, concomitant with a similar association with 10 fellow Urantians. But on the first 7 major worlds, only